Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kevin Gianni from the Renegade Health Show, and today is Friday, and today we have an incredibly important show today. We have Charlotte Gerson from Gerson Institute, so it's gerson.org. What she's doing is she's talking about how her father came across his own alternative treatment for cancer. Listen up. It's an awesome, awesome talk.
When he was able to heal these people with great big holes in their lungs filled with water and dying and coughing, a lot of them had other problems. They had some kidney damage, or they had high blood pressure or low blood pressure or bone involvement or other diseases, and they too disappeared. And that's how my father learned that healing the body, you cannot heal one disease. When you truly heal, the body heals everything. And that was the beginning also of learning that he could deal with cancer. Okay? But that took a lot more, because cancer patients are more seriously damaged than other chronic disease patients. Okay? And that's how he got into other chronic diseases, which he never set out to do. He just wanted to take care of his own migraine headaches.
And how did he kind of move into working with cancer patients?
Yeah, but they came, the very first one, and he describes that, it's in the appendix of his book. A woman called him, telephone, at home. And he used to make visits, people's homes. And she was very, very ill. She had stomach cancer with metastases in lymph nodes, and she was dying. And she says, "Doctor, I read about your work with tuberculosis. I'd like for you to write down a treatment for me." Father, I don't have any experience. I don't know anything about cancer. Never handled it. I have no experience. I can't do that. Yes, doctor, you have to do that. And she said, "Look, on the table over there, there's a book. It's open, and it's about folk medicine. And they too talk about food and nutrients. And write down your treatment for tuberculosis." She said, "I'll give you any release you want." My father said, "I don't know." Well, at any rate, he wrote down mostly the beginning part of his treatment for the tuberculosis patients. And she did that. And she got well. My father was flabbergasted. He never expected that. He had no idea. And then she sent a brother and some relative who also had stomach TB, and I think one had also pancreas. And they did the same thing, and they too recovered. So he had 3 recoveries from cancer. And he tried the same thing again. He tried it in Vienna at the clinic where he was working. He tried it in Paris. He tried it, and always failed. Why? Very interesting. He found that the tuberculosis patients, when he always started them vegetarian, salt-free, he had to add, after a while, he added raw eggs or boiled eggs, and he started to add cottage cheese and things like that. And when he did that to cancer patients, they failed. Until he found out that cancer patients can't handle fat system. They cannot handle fats. That's all in his book. And when he added to the cancer patient's diet, when he added the eggs, tumors would regrow. So pretty soon, eventually, it dawned on him that it's the fats he added. But what was so interesting, why did this first patient, why did they recover? Somehow or other, and I don't know how that came to be, the woman, the first patient with a stomach cancer, she wanted to call my father for a follow-up. And her husband interfered. No, you don't talk to him about the guy. He doesn't know anything about cancer. He says so. Don't talk to him. So my father never got to the point where he added the eggs, or a little oil, or a little cottage cheese. That's how she recovered. Because the husband wouldn't let him in the house anymore. There's strange things.
Yeah.
And so then he also found out, after we had emigrated to America, we were already in New York, he found out that, for instance, Sloan Kettering, you know, big cancer hospital, they found that patients who had surgery for cancer, who happened to have to come in with high cholesterol in their blood, didn't do well. They didn't recover well. Those that had low cholesterol did much better, recovered better, and lived longer before they also died. Cholesterol. That was the first information he had from Sloan Kettering. But they didn't understand what they were looking at. They never even thought about diet. Food has nothing to do with cancer. Okay, they still claim that largely. Okay. So he started to investigate that and experiment. And he would have cancer patients, and he would, especially those that had external tumors, that he could watch what was going on. And he would see to it that they were healed. And then he would cautiously add a little bit of maybe olive oil, or a little bit of salt-free fresh butter, or a little bit of egg yolk. And he could see how the tumors would grow back. They were already gone. They would grow back with the fat. And that's how he learned, slowly, slowly, bit by bit, piece by piece, with experimenting. He found out that he couldn't do that. And he tried other things. He tried, you know, because these people, you do need some essential fatty acids. And these people often were emaciated, and the family was pushing, you know, they're so skinny, why don't you get, you know. And he tried every oil and fat that he could think of. And in every case, giving fats or oils or butter, the tumors regrow. Until he finally learned about Johanna Budwig. You know who that is? No. And that was in the last year of his life. Johanna Budwig, she was a PhD. I believe she was also an MD. Worked in Germany. And she had found, similarly, that cancer patients cannot handle fat except one. My father had tried, he thought everything there was available. All the fats and oils he could think of. One he didn't. Flaxseed oil. And she found that that worked. And my father, in his last year, actually his book was already written, and it doesn't say that, except I added it in the appendix. And he found that flaxseed oil doesn't cause tumor regrowth. And he was able to give the flaxseed oil for essential fatty acids, which the body needs, without causing new tumors to grow. And that's what we use today, have been using in the U.S. since we've been working in Mexico at the clinic since it'll be 32 years in July. And curing cancer, including the worst kinds, pancreatic cancer, brain tumors, ovarian, that is a lot, very aggressive, melanoma, and so on. No problem.
All right, so your question of the day is, have you heard of the Gerson Institute? Go ahead and post it down below. And if not, go ahead and visit the website that I've linked down below. This is Kevin Gianni. Have an awesome weekend. Hopefully we'll see you out sometime in the next couple weeks. We'll be in California, going up to San Francisco. Together we can change the health of the world, one show at a time.